Namaskar, and thank you once again for joining us here on this special program where we look at the impact of AI today that is creeping into our workspace. Several applications that are necessary for competitive advantage will also involve displacement or shifts in skill set requirements. There is already a shift in the talent pool requirements, and certain jobs will become redundant, while others will require us to develop skills to complement the AI for maximum output. Now, AI is likely to develop superior skills than humans in several areas such as language, banking, logistics, education. And to discuss the impact of AI on the future of the workspace, we have with us two guests. Let me introduce you to them. Dr. Pankaj Kumar is a senior solutions architect working with AI, and Ms. Surabhi Dewra is the CEO and founder of CareerGuide.com. Thank you very much, both of you, for being with us. Dr. Kumar, let me start with you. Now, how far has AI already come? AI, according to some experts, has already mastered language. So does this require, some adjustment in the use of language skills by human beings?
Yeah, so first I would like to say thank you for inviting me to share my view here. So yes, many people say that AI has mastered and it is coming close to what human can do. But the similar thing happened before ChatGPT, and that was attention. Before there was a transformer. So things are still growing, and we don't know where will it go. But yeah, right now it has grown to a stage where it's helping us a lot in our day-to-day work.
Okay, so you say that it is an aid still, it's not really in a position to replace us. But Ms. Dewra, AI already has surpassed humans in mind games. We know that in chess engines, they are rated almost 1,000 points higher than the top grandmasters in the world. So what happens if AI acquires the same kind of proficiency, let's say, in education? Dr. Kumar was talking about ChatGPT. It's just the beginning right now. What are your views?
Yeah. Right, Mark. In fact, I have grown up hearing that when computers will come and computers will take over the world and teachers will be replaced. All of these stories we have heard. And this was the exact discussion which happened, and we talked about how computers would make a lot of jobs obsolete. But it turned out other way around, where computer actually generated lots and lots of jobs. So I'm very, very positive about AI. Yes, some of the things, mundane tasks, it's good. Let AI take it over. Absolutely take it over. And let humans indulge into life, like the mundane task of getting groceries. Great. Let's assign it to AIs. And what about preparing own meal, right? Leave that to humans. So yes, some of their tasks AIs would do great, and that's quite needed. Definitely we are talking about a lot these days, Mark, for entertainment perspective, social media perspective, and that craze, when it will die down, then we will start talking about how AI can save life in hazardous situations.
Yes.
Let's say sewage treatments, right? It will, how about saving like wars? It can prevent wars, not by killing people, but by destroying war infrastructures. So that phase and craze of we humans will move from chess games to social medias and chat GPTs to actual real problems which we are facing to make this world a better place.
Okay. Dr. Kumar, the famous historian Yuval Hariri, he talks a lot about AI. And he says that AI has hacked the operating system of human civilization by mastering language. And we don't know what can happen after that, because, we understand that obviously AI is going to help in the mass production of lots of things. But it can also mass produce fake narratives. Fake narratives on the internet. We already know that bots are taking over a lot of things, social media. We are not very sure about how this is going to impact. After all, we are social animals, and if the narratives that we are fed are all fake, built by AI, and appear so real, then how are we going to deal with this issue?
Yeah, actually, this is one of the major concern, and you are right. One of the example is fake narrative. So, and ChatGPT, for example, I'm giving you. Many people are using ChatGPT to write essay, and they are trying to get admission in US, and they are trying to write essay using ChatGPT. So for that, scientists, they have realized the problem, and what they are doing, they are developing tools to identify what has been developed using AI, and that can also include fake narratives. So yes, that is one part. The second part, because this area is still growing and we still don't know which way will it go. So for that, we have to wait, and eventually we have to make some government regulation to control the intrusion of these type of tools in human life. So that is my opinion.
Yes, so Dr. Kumar, in fact, that's already happening. It looks like governments around the world are looking to try and regulate AI, but AI itself, to what extent can it be regulated? Especially things like ChatGPT, for instance. It uses the simple algorithms of search engines. Can we basically start regulating search engines to deliver our we are so used to Google already. ChatGPT is just another version of it in a sense, isn't it?
We can't say that. Actually, advantage of using Google was that whenever we were using some of the link for our purpose, so we knew the reference for that article. So we were, suppose we are writing research paper, so we were citing, we were knowing that where the reference is coming from. But ChatGPT is not using the Google search. So they are trained on like terabytes of data, and so one of the problem we are facing, that we cannot identify the reference where we are, whatever the content we are getting, where is it coming from.
Okay.
So that is one of the major problem. And yeah, and one more thing I would like to say, that it doesn't work. Actually, ChatGPT is one of the complex algorithm until now have been used, and this is called large language model. So it doesn't just search, but it works on context, like how we human think. Okay, this is the sentence. Okay, this is positive, negative. What should come after it? What should come before it? So it gets a context, and that's how it works. So it's close to work like human.
Ms. Dewra, AI bots are already, involved in promoting content on social media accounts, whether YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and people don't seem to think that this is a problem as yet. But how is this shifting the talent pool? You're in the business of understanding careers. How is this actually shifting the talent pool?
Well, with every advent of new technology, there's definitely shift in the talent pool. When there was electricity introduction, or when there was industrial revolution, or when computers came or mobile phone came, but that also gave rise to another set of industry. With smartphones, we realized so many huge boom of applications came into picture, and so on and on. Yes, I agree, talent pool would shift. Lot of low order, low thinking jobs will go absolutely obsolete. Say likes of lot of things into manufacturing, lot of things like heavy lifting in constructions, or anything which needs low thinking order will move out. We are talking about driverless car, that's also AI technology, right? But saying that, there'll be hundreds and thousands and millions of jobs would be created into higher order thinking, where one would need logical thinking skills, problem solving skills. These AIs are not managed by themselves. It's humans who are defining them. It's humans who are creating these algorithms. So those talent shift would happen, Mark. And I see this as a welcoming change. As I mentioned, there's a lot of a lot of jobs which are very hazardous and humans are doing currently.
Yes.
That's where I think we humans should start talking more about. Social media job content doesn't really, I mean, that's a very, very small part of AI or what we're seeing it. But the major role is, can we use more into manufacturing, construction, security, cleanliness, traffic management, all of that.
Sure, certainly. But you did talk about skill sets, Ms. Dewra. So, I mean, what kind of skill sets are required
Sure.
for the current day?
I see problem solving, one of the major skill sets. Leadership. Having the leadership skills would be very, very important. Emotional intelligence. I think in next 10 years, by 2030, we will start talking a lot about emotional intelligence, emotional IQs. This is where we'll talk about. And logical thinking will come big time. Ability to work into team would become. Decision making. I see, Mark, these would be top skill sets, and basic knowledge of technology and computer would become a life skill.
Dr. Kumar, AI can obviously improve, scale of production. So if we look at manufacturing, do you see, AI playing a significant role, a much bigger role? And will that help, economies? India, of course, is the fastest growing economy in the world, and we need to sustain that growth. So in this context, I mean, how can AI come to our benefit?
I will just add one content here. I will just make one statement. If we don't adapt to AI, we might left behind.
Yes.
And AI, when we talk about AI, AI is just a tool. Now, when we are planning to use it for manufacturing or any other type, like one of the activity have been told, the cleaning activity, monitoring the activities. So there, I think we cannot serve now with the with so much competitions all over the world. We cannot survive without AI, and AI with IoT in manufacturing. And why I'm saying IoT? Until now in India, mostly we were going for corrective measures. So some accident happened, something fell down in manufacturing plant. So we go and correct it. That was a very old traditional way. And while we were repairing the machine, we were losing the money because we were not doing the production. But now, because of AI, we are not thinking about corrective measure. We are predicting when the problem can happen, and when we can identify the time when the problem can happen using IoT and AI, then we can use spare time to fix that problem and without having any downtime. And so think about it that way. We are saving every single minutes, and that every single minute counts millions of dollars for big manufacturing plant.
Indeed. So Internet of Things is already a reality, as we can see. But Ms. Dewra, how would you look at AI emerging and growing? Do you think AI versus AI as a business opportunity? Because, I mean, we're already seeing technology, the way it grew rapidly in the world is because it was competitive. I mean, so many companies set up and were competing with one another. India did very well. Now, do you see this also happening here in AI? And where does this, put India's strengths in terms of harnessing our growth potential?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. I think AI versus AI is very interesting, and we heard a panelist talking about that people are writing essays for college using ChatGPT, and there are other tools getting designed to detect if it's written by AI, and these tools are again AI tools.
Yes.
Right? So that's a beautiful example which we see on a day-to-day basis getting used. Coming to India, I think we are very well positioned to take this opportunity big time. Exactly what we did in 80s and 90s with IT revolution. We are so primed with our engineering talent, engineering colleges around, such ripe talent which is out there, which is self-learning, which is so motivated, and our foundation is so strong because we are ultimately known in the world because of our IT powers, and now even the internet, we are so leading. Look at the startups emerging in internet technology. So I think, Mark, we are so ripe in position towards being one of the AI superpowers in the world. We have right technology, but here I think what we did in 80s and 90s, we were more of a service economy. I think that's where we can make a bit more shift, where we could have more products coming out from India from AI front, just not servicing these products.
Okay, Dr. Kumar, recently some Hollywood Actors Union, it had called for a stop to the unauthorized use of actors' images, I mean photographs, by artificial intelligence. And we already know that, music is already being created using AI, using voices of, stars. We can see that already in music. And we are even seeing, the creation of images which are almost lifelike and real, and with the same voice. So, I mean, we are basically creating a replica of people. So, I mean, there's got to be some sort of regulation as far as this is concerned, at least.
I would like to say that we have even moved beyond that. As I know, there are few companies who are using artificial intelligence to make realistic ads for TV. So they don't need any model, they don't need any actor, they are just using AI to generate the model. And this is generally done using the GANs model. So, yes, we need a very strict regulation to control this. But there is one problem with the technology right now we have. And that problem is that how to identify which picture has been used to train the AI model to generate some new picture. Because that is near to impossible to find. Because once we feed an image to AI model to train it to generate some new image, we have only metrics and inside weights and bias. That's all we have. We cannot go reverse, and we cannot identify which image has been used. So yes, this is one of the challenge government need to address. How can we control it? But as in my knowledge right now, there is no solution for that.
AI versus AI? I mean, can AI find the solution itself to say that this is an AI generated image?
Actually, yeah, it can say that the image has been generated using AI. The problem is that some of the actors are saying that their picture has been used to train the AI model.
Right.
That cannot be identified because this is not one-to-one solution. Because when we go reverse, so there can be infinite number of solutions. So we cannot pinpoint which actor image has been used to train the model. That is a major problem.
Okay.
Right now, I don't see any solution for that. I hope soon we might see a solution.
Right. Ms. Dewra, what are the organizational changes that companies will have to make, to stay relevant? Because we can see that AI is already here. We're already in Industry 4.0. There are some companies that, function on the old school model, everyone sitting in buildings, working desk to desk and stuff like that. I'm told that in the future workplace, people can be anywhere in the world and still be part of the same organization.
Mark, COVID also taught us to do that,
so,
right?
Yeah, to some extent.
Be
but
anywhere in the world, and you're still part of the organization. So yes, I think at the organization level, the leadership of the organization would have to be more with EQ, which I've been talking about, and empathy. What next 10 years maybe world will need is more empathy, because lot of brain and mind and solutions would be out there. What would be missing is human to human connection, and that might give rise to a lot of other emotional problems. So I think organizations would have to really focus on the skill sets, especially at the higher hierarchy level, which could be empathetic, which could have high EQ, which could have leadership abilities, which could instill compassion and teamwork ability if people are working away from the work desk anywhere across the world. Moreover, I think gone are the days when one could survive without a skill sets which was non-IT. Every single function, including a peon of the organization, would have to be equipped with the more of, I would not say basic, so-called advanced of today would become basic skills of tomorrow. Because organizations and workspace would have robots, it could be security robots, it could have a lot of different things like that. So yes, the advanced level of IT skills will become mandatory even on your lowest level of your hierarchy, and your highest level of hierarchy need to have empathy, EQ, leadership skills would become very rare and very important trait.
Okay, so Dr. Kumar, I mean, what do you think the future of the workforce will look like? Because people have to have humans working with AI, and you know, some of the roles of leadership also, even though humans will be in the lead, maybe their decisions are going to be based on evidence provided by AI. You know, I mean, they will just be saying, okay, this is what it says, let's take this decision. In this context, I mean, do you see things changing, like the decision making of leadership is going to be based on tools of AI in the future?
I will say not in the future. This is
it's already happening. Yes.
Already happening.
Yes.
And many.
So anybody can be at the top then. Basically, you don't really require to have too many skills. You just have to have the right implements.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is happening, and companies are aggressively working. And now I will tell you one example. What is happening, new thing. You know, the chat GPT, generally we search and it goes to the server of Microsoft, the OpenAI. But now many companies in this world, they are customizing chat GPT for their own data. So own data means whatever the 10 years data, 15 years of data. Manually, they cannot go through all the data points. They feed it to chat GPT. And now they can ask any question. They want to know that which year was the maximum loss and what was the problem. They just type the question and we get the answer. So we have already reached to the next level of this using data for decision making. And another is not only data mining. Now for resource allocation, we are using time forecasting, data mining, talent pool. We are seeing who has what quality, and based on their availability, we are using artificial intelligence to suggest us who should be assigned certain type of work. So that's what AI is helping us, because until now we were doing it manually, and manually we can only guess from 1 or 2 data point. But using artificial intelligence, we are using 10 years of data, 15 years of data to predict the future. And those are much accurate compared to what as a human we were predicting and making decision. So what I'm trying to say in summary, that AI and human means the leadership also, they are working together and for making the better decision. And now they are complementing each other. Yeah.
Okay, fine. But Dr. Kumar, what kind of skills would a person require to fit into this system? I mean, are people like you who are the creators of AI and working with AI, architects of AI, going to be the ones who are going to lead the way, or just ordinary people like me who've studied history and things like that? Can we also fit into the picture?
Yes, that's a very good question, and I will say yes, anyone can do it. You just need basic mathematical knowledge. If you know calculus, you can learn AI. Because in calculus, we were always solving maximum, minimum problem, differentiate and equal to 0. Those are the very basic fundamental building block of AI. And if we have basic mathematical knowledge, and that's I know, in India, we Indians are very good in math. So once we have fundamental mathematics knowledge, I think it's very easy for someone to learn AI. Because we don't need to go and solve the mathematical equation, but we have to design our architecture, design the architecture of the AI based on the mathematical behavior, the mathematics inside that system.
Okay.
So yeah. So we Indians are in good hand right now because we are good in math. And you said that you have done history, suppose.
No,
and
I'm just giving an example of people who are not studied, not from the science line. Yes. Okay. But anyway,
I heard that there was one waiter who did AI and who studied AI, and now he is doing job.
Okay, great. So there are definitely opportunities, Ms. Dewra. That's the question. Apparently, it's necessary to have a mindset of continuous learning, and also organizational hierarchy is not going to be that important. So what are the growth options for people within organizations now?
Well, I'll repeat again. Working on individual soft skills would become very, very, very important. Humans would be working with AIs, great. But humans can't stop working with humans. And when machines will control our life, when machines would rule our life, we humans will need much more support of humans. So this is something we humans need to know, and organizations need to know, and instill that opportunity and instill that quality in all its people. The emotional health of individuals. We will start talking a lot more about mental health.
Okay.
And not only this, Mark, you talked about what are the opportunities for other people, right? Not just IT. I think this is the time agriculture is in India can just boom out. Anything, can we implement these? This is the time manufacturing. We can also be a manufacturing hub of the world, because we are good at building robots. We are good at building cobots who could just not learn one skills but multiple skills together. So growth opportunities across all the directions, vertical, horizontal, pick up skills. I will not say specific AI skills. I would simply say, in a most layman language, don't be scared of technology.
All right.
Right? Yeah.
We'll leave it there. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Pankaj Kumar and Ms. Surabhi Dewra. Thank you for enlightening us on the subject, AI and the shifting talent pool. So in conclusion, let's say this, that as intelligent machines and software are integrated more deeply into our workforce, the workflows as well as the workspaces are going to continue to evolve to enable us human beings and the machines to work together, and more systems level solutions, are going to be making us rethink the entire workspace and the workflow of tomorrow, of today as well. And it's going to facilitate a lot of human machine interaction, and that is required not only at the infrastructural level but very importantly at the mindset level. Thanks very much for watching. Namaskar.